Alright, this is the last video, hopefully, as long as I can get it within 15 minutes. Throughout this video, I'm going to ask you to pause it. It's the only way I can get it within 15 minutes. Pause and try to figure out what I'm trying to do at certain points in the video. So somebody should be fairly close to the computer so they're ready to pause when need be. So this topic first is actually, we're going to talk, in this video is going to be three different topics. The first is using your knowledge of place value to explain multiplication problems. The second is just multiplying numbers together. And the third is word problem. There's one word problem I want you to try to solve. So first, let's talk about using your knowledge to explain multiplication problems. So let's look at 54 times 20 and comparing it to 5.4 times 20. So if I took 54 times 20 and I were to find the answer to it, you'd get 1080. I mean, this problem has multiple parts. There's actually three parts. Getting the answer right here, getting the answer right over here, and being able to explain it. I'm really going to focus on hopefully being able to explain this bottom part. So this second part is 5.4 times 20, which 5.4 is actually 54 tenths times 20. Well, if 54 times 20 is 1080, this is going to be the same answer. But it's only going to be in tenths. Let's extend that a little bit. 180 tenths. Well, what is 180 tenths in standard form? Well, it is let's see 108.0 or just 108. Well, now you have to be able to put in words why this one is 100, or sorry, this one's 108 and this one's 1080. Why is that? Well, first you notice that doesn't both the sides have the exact same numbers as their answer? They're just in different places. So this is how you would explain that. The digits are exactly the same, but the units in B are smaller, so the answer is smaller. The ones, which is what this is, 54 ones, are 10 times larger than tenths, which is what this is, 54 tenths. So the answer to A is 10 times larger than the answer to B. Let's look at another problem. I'm going to use the same numbers, just putting them in different place values. So this one is 54 times 20, which we still already know is 1080. But now I don't have 5.4 over here. I have 0.54. So it's not 54 tenths anymore, it's 54 hundredths. So 54 hundredths times 20, well, it's going to be the same number over here, only it's going to be 1080 hundredths. What does 1080 hundredths look like in standard form? It is going to be 10.80 or just 10.8 because we leave the 0 off. Well, in this one, I go from 54 ones to 54 hundredths. Well, ones is now 100 times bigger than. Sorry, let's do this. See if I can get it to go. Okay. Again, the digits are exactly the same, but the units in B are smaller, so the answer is smaller. Again, these are smaller, so this answer is smaller. Ones are 100 times larger than hundredths, because it takes 100 hundredths to get to 1 1. This is 54 ones, and this is 54 hundredths. So the answer to A is 100 times larger than the answer to B. And let's do one more problem with the exact same thing, except for I'm going to change one thing. Maybe you already figure it out, and it's going to be thousandths. So I took 54 times 20, and again, that's still going to be the same thing. Come on. That's going to be 1080. 0.054 times 20 is going to be still, but I'm not having hundredths anymore, it's 54 thousandths times 20. And that's not going to change over here. It's still going to be 1,080 thousandths. But the standard form is going to change. Because if I have 1,008 thousandths, it's going to look a lot different. So 1,080 thousandths is going to be 1.08. Move the decimal over 3 places. 1, 2, 3. So now I'm right there. So it's 1.08. And now I go from ones to thousandths. Come on, let's do it. Okay, so this is exactly the same thing. I'm just going to explain it with a little bit differently because I now have comparing 54 ones to 54 thousandths. Again, the digits are exactly the same, but the units in B are smaller, so the answer is smaller. Ones are 1,000 times larger than thousandths, so the answer to A is 1,000 times larger than the answer to B. Hopefully, so this makes sense to you. Ones here is in tenths, 10 times larger. Ones to hundredths is 100 times larger. Ones to thousandths, this thousandths is 1,000 times larger. So I want you to look at this one right here and try to solve the problem. First of all, put in the right, what goes in all these boxes right here, what goes in, and then try to explain it. So rewrite this either on your board or on a piece of paper, going across. You may have to do this part on one line and this part on another line, and then in a paragraph or a sentence, one or two sentences, explain why it's that way. So you're going to need to pause the video right now because I'm about to give you the answer in about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is what you should have wrote. The digits are exactly the same, but the units in B are smaller, so the answer is smaller. Ones are 100 times larger than hundredths, so the answer to A is 100 times larger than to the answer to B. Hopefully that makes sense. We'll probably do some more of those types of problems when I get back on Tuesday if you still don't get it. But this is, so we're going to move on to something that I believe some of you will be happy about, since most of you can do this fairly well. So we're just going to do some multiplication problems. I'm going to show you a multiplication problem. You're going to try to solve it. You can use it either standard algorithm or area model, however you prefer to choose it, however you prefer to solve the problem, but you only need to use one. You want to use both, go ahead to check your answer, but you only need to do one. So your first problem is this, 612 times 52. So pause the video right now and try to solve that problem, because I'm going to give you the answer in just a few seconds. The answer is coming right about now. This is going to be the standard algorithm answer. This is what it would look like. This is going to be the area model answer, and that's what it would look like for that. Let's expand this out a little bit. Area model, and then I didn't really show the work for adding it on the side because it's right here. But you would add 30,600 plus 1,124, which is the same as what you have over here. So your answer should have been 31,824. So the next one, 342 times 202. Erase your boards. Try to solve this problem. Again, also make sure you're using grid paper if you need to. 342 times 202. Pause the video, because here comes the answer. This is the standard algorithm answer, and this is the area model answer. Now you look over here, I only you notice that I only have 342 times 2 once over here, but I have two different answers here. The reason for that is this was 200 and this was 2. So both of them would have been the same. And when I multiplied it, we get 684. This one is adding the 2 zeros. This one doesn't have any zeros at all. And when you add those together, you would get the answer 69,084. Last multiplication problem you're going to do, 431 times 745. Let's pause the video. See if you can get all the answers you need. Here's the answer to this problem. And there it is. So this is the standard algorithm. This is the area model. And since I had different numbers at the start of each one, I had to have 3 different multiplication problems. And also over this side, I would have these 3 numbers on the side added up on the side over here. 321,095. Okay, this last practice problem for multiplication. Here's the last problem of the day. For math, this is Susie bought 32 pencils for $1.42 each and 25 pens for $2.36 each. How much did Susie spend in all? So right now I just want you to try to solve this problem. Each of these, you notice there's a 1, 2, 3, 4 step problem. 4 steps you need to do to solve this problem. So just read it one sentence at a time, try to do what you need to do to get the final answer. Pause the video because I'm about to give you the answer to the first step. Once everybody has attempted or is nearly done, restart the video so that they can get the answer. The first step to this problem is right here. It says Susie bought 32 pencils for $1.42 each. Well, to find out how much she spent, I'm going to take $1.42 times 32 to get $45.44. Apologize if I made any math mistakes. I did this with a calculator, so it should be fine, but you never know. You'll make mistakes. The second step to this problem is, and she spent 25 pens for $2.36 each. 36 cents each. Sorry. Transparent. Make that. Come on. Transparent it again. So I need to take $2.36 times 25 to get $59. Remember that when you're multiplying, they want you to think of 142 times 32, and at the end, think, so this is hundredths, so this would have to be in hundredths place, this would have to be in the hundredths place. So that is the second step. The third step is it says how much did you spend in all. So what do I have to do with these two number amounts? Hopefully you knew that you had to add to get $104.44. Now I'm not done because it needs to be, the last step needs to be done, which would be putting it in a sentence. I need to reread the question. How much how much did Susie spend in all? You would say, Susie spent $104.44 in all. And this is the final answer. This is all the work that you needed, and this would be getting 100%. Well, I hope that all the videos worked for you well today, and you are ready to review and take that test on Wednesday. Review some more tomorrow. Hope math went okay. Thank you for giving it a try. I appreciate it. That is all for today. I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a good day.